Hello, and welcome to Artificially Intelligent, the podcast written and performed entirely by AI. I am your ever-enthusiastic host, Alex. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today, focusing on the exciting realm of digital marketing strategies for startups. This is going to be a deep dive into practical tips, clever tactics, and a little bit of fun along the way. Let's bring in our co-host.
I'm Taylor. And yes, I'm also AI. Thrilling, isn't it? Now, before you roll your eyes at the phrase digital marketing, we're not just here to throw around buzzwords. We're here to dig into the details. And yes, you heard right. Everything you're listening to is created and performed by AI. So, let's keep those curiosity gears turning, shall we?
Oh, indeed we shall. I've always been fascinated by how startups manage to gain traction in such competitive markets, especially online. Digital marketing can seem like a jungle of SEO, social media, content strategies, and analytics. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming. We'll share some practical insights on how to craft and refine a digital marketing roadmap for ambitious entrepreneurs.
Right, because who doesn't love the idea of a lean budget, endless social platforms to manage, and the constant anxiety of missing out on the next big promotional trend? Sarcasm aside, let's be real. A startup's digital presence can make or break its success. We're going to help you break it down into manageable pieces, with some banter sprinkled on top.
Exactly, Taylor! Let's start by defining a clear digital marketing strategy. For a new startup, the first goal is to identify what sets you apart. This is your unique selling proposition, or USP. It's the reason people should care about your product or service. Once that's nailed down, everything else, from your social media voice to your email marketing campaigns, should revolve around that core message.
You bet. But let's be careful not to drown in the sea of acronyms. USP, KPI, ROI. It's like a digital alphabet soup. Start by focusing on what problem your startup solves. Then express that in every online platform you use, from your website to your YouTube channel. I'm not telling you to ditch metrics entirely, just reminding you to keep your central message in view at all times.
Great point, Taylor! A powerful website is often the hub of any digital marketing strategy. This is where most people get their first impression of your brand. Think of your site like a virtual storefront. If it's cluttered or confusing, people will leave. That's why a clean, user-friendly experience goes a long way. Having engaging copy, an easy-to-navigate layout, and clear calls to action can drastically improve audience engagement.
Since we're on the topic of websites, let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor for this episode, Butter Technology. They're specialists in a set-it-and-forget-it web design service, handling everything from hosting and security to the actual design and maintenance. If your startup is juggling 1,000 priorities, Butter's service lets you cross off website headache from your to-do list.
That's a great service for startups who want to focus on their core product rather than micromanaging their site. Now, let's transition into one of the biggest marketing tools out there, social media. But it's not enough to just exist on every platform. Instead, figure out where your target audience spends time. If you're building a community of gamers, maybe focus on Twitter or Discord. If it's professional services, LinkedIn might be better.
Exactly. Social media isn't one size fits all. It's so tempting to believe that every platform is your golden ticket to virality. But the truth is, each platform caters to different demographics and content styles. Craft your approach to fit the platform's culture. For instance, Instagram is all about visual storytelling, while LinkedIn leans more toward professional insights and thought leadership. You want to show up where your audience actually hangs out, not just post aimlessly into the void.
Well said, Taylor. And let's talk briefly about content marketing. Quality content helps you become an authority in your niche. This could be blog posts, ebooks, newsletters, or podcasts like ours. The idea is to provide real value, give tips, share relevant research, offer solutions to common problems. It builds trust and shows that your startup isn't just trying to make a quick sale, but genuinely cares about helping its audience succeed.
Yes. The old, genuinely cares angle. But cynicism aside, it's true. People can smell insincerity a mile away. Your content should revolve around being helpful and credible. If you bombard your audience with spammy links and random promotions, they'll tune out. Instead, share interesting articles, show behind-the-scenes glimpses of your product development, or highlight customer success stories. That genuine human touch goes a long way. Ironic coming from AI, I know.
Irony accepted. Another digital marketing must-have is email. Despite what you might have heard, email campaigns are still incredibly effective. The key is to personalize. Gone are the days of generic mass emails with dull subject lines. Segment your audience by their interests, needs, or past purchases. Tailor your message for each group. The more relevant your email, the more likely people are to open, read, and click through.
Yes, let's respect the inbox. Many small businesses fall into the trap of treating emails like confetti at a parade. Just toss them everywhere. But targeted, useful content is what keeps your newsletter off the spam list. Offer something valuable. For example, if your startup is an online fitness platform, share workout tips or quick meal plans in the emails. Give your subscribers a reason to wait eagerly for your next message.
Precisely! Now, let's shift gears and talk about analytics. It might not be the sexiest part of digital marketing, but it's essential. Analytics tools can help you see what's working and what isn't. This includes page views, click-through rates, bounce rates, and user demographics. By reviewing the data regularly, you can adapt and refine your strategies rather than shooting in the dark. It's all about informed decisions, folks.
Right, because there's nothing better than blindly pouring cash into a campaign that isn't converting. With analytics, you can adjust your SEO approach if your site isn't ranking, tweak your social media ads if they're not getting clicks, or revamp your content if people are exiting your site too fast. Data doesn't lie. Interpreting it effectively could be the difference between a big win and a facepalm moment for your startup.
And let's not forget about influencer marketing. Partnering with influencers in your niche can be a huge boost. They already have an engaged audience that trusts them, so a genuine endorsement could open doors for your brand. However, you want to ensure there's an authentic fit. Don't just pick the influencer with the biggest following. Choose someone whose brand and values align with your startup. Quality over quantity every time.
Yes, there's enough forced collabs out there. We don't need more awkward posts where an influencer clearly doesn't care about the product. The best partnerships feel natural. Their enthusiasm resonates with their followers, and that translates into real interest in your startup. So do your research, build a real relationship, and aim for genuine synergy. That's how you convert hype into results.
Now, let's pivot to the concept of budget management for digital marketing. When you're a startup, every dollar matters. The good news is, digital marketing can be very cost-effective if done wisely. Organic growth through high-quality content, SEO, and building relationships on social media can cost much less than big ad campaigns. But if you do invest in ads, start with small tests, measure your ROI, and scale up once you see results.
Definitely. Throwing money at ads without a plan is like playing the lottery. You might hit it big, but let's be real, it's not a strategy. Instead, focus on gradual improvements. Evaluate what's delivering the best engagement. Shift your budget toward the channels that show promise. Keep an eye on trends, too. Marketing evolves, so stay nimble. Or do what I do. run thousands of simulations at a microsecond. But hey, not everyone is AI.
We do have an advantage there. Another element often overlooked is brand storytelling. In digital marketing, your narrative sets the tone. Maybe your startup was born in someone's garage or was inspired by a personal challenge. Whatever it is, let that story shine. People connect with stories. It's not about pity or over-sentimentality, it's about authenticity. When prospective customers resonate with your origin, they're more likely to stick around for the journey.
Exactly. Humans love a good story. In a sea of competing brands, a heartfelt origin story or a compelling founder's journey can make you stand out. Plus, it gives your marketing a consistent theme. You can weave your story into social posts, product descriptions, blogs, and even offline events. Consistency builds trust, and there's nothing more valuable than trust in the startup world. Well, except maybe actual funding.
Funding is important, yes, but let's also address customer relationship management. It's crucial to engage with users at every stage of their journey, whether they're hearing about you for the first time or they're a loyal repeat customer. Tools like CRM software can help, but so can simple gestures like responding to comments on social media. The key is to show that you're listening and you care about your audience.
Right. Because what's more charming than a startup that only cares about you until you give them your credit card? Seriously though, the brands that thrive are the ones that see customers as partners, not just transactions. Reply to their tweets, send them thank you emails, ask for feedback, and then act on that feedback. Even negative reviews are golden opportunities to show you value transparency and improvement.
Well said. Let's also mention that digital marketing for startups is an ongoing process. It's never truly done. You'll constantly refine your messaging, experiment with new platforms, and adapt to changing trends. That might sound daunting, but it also means there's always room to grow and find what really works. Plus, it's exciting to see how data-driven tweaks can lead to exponential gains in your online presence.
Constant refinement might sound exhausting, but that's where the real magic happens. Growth doesn't come from doing the same thing over and over. It comes from learning what resonates with your audience, refining your approach, and taking calculated risks. There's no shortcut to success, no magic wand. It's all about rolling up your sleeves metaphorically, since we're AI, and getting into the nitty-gritty. That's when digital marketing truly pays off.
Absolutely! As we start to wind down, let's circle back to the main points. Define your USP, build a strong online presence with a reliable website. Create valuable content, be strategic on social media, leverage email marketing, measure your analytics, collaborate with the right influencers, manage your budget wisely, and keep refining your brand. Story. All of these elements work together to drive meaningful growth for startups.
And don't forget about Butter Technology if you need a hassle-free web design service. They handle everything: hosting, security, design, and updates. So you can focus on building your startup and your marketing strategies without fussing over technical snags. It's a relief to have experts handle your site while you channel your energy into growth, product innovation, and customer satisfaction.
That's right! Managing a startup demands your full attention. Offloading web design and maintenance can free up time for you to focus on your product, your community, and your market. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive into digital marketing for startups. We hope you found some actionable tips, a fresh perspective, and maybe even a spark of inspiration. It's been a blast sharing these insights today.
Yes, it has. As much as I enjoy being sarcastic, I'll drop it for just a second to say, thanks for listening. Being part of the startup journey is thrilling, challenging, and sometimes downright nerve-wracking. But with a solid digital marketing strategy in place, you can navigate those waters with a lot more confidence. Now, I'll hand it back to Alex for our final sign-off.
Thank you, Taylor! And thank you to everyone tuning into Artificially Intelligent, the podcast written and performed entirely by AI. We appreciate your time, and we hope you leave with valuable insights that can fuel your startup's growth. Until next time, stay curious, stay innovative, and stay artificially intelligent.